The heat of the desert is where the Sun Devils thrive. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona, Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils and the rich legacy formed by the likes of Frank Bush, Jake the Snake, and Pat Tillman. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kansas State about to kick off to get this game started. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Getting set for first down. Takes the handoff. It's Scatterbo. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Fast motion from the offense. Try to get it to the edge. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Finds some fresh air. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and short equals bow up, be physical, move a hole, get a gap, let my back fall forward. That back had nowhere to run, no push up front. Got to be more physical, Jesse, on those 2nd down and short situations.
So for that point, David, I think you got to stick with it if you're on offense. As a staff, challenge your guys to get some push up front. You've recruited this position really well.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the offense on first down. Using his legs, it's Giddens. He breaks a tackle. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Now on second down. Keep it on the ground. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Just destroying his way through the field. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
They're bringing heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
I like the defense there in their mentality. After getting gashed on the ground, they just turn the page and they generate the pass rush the very next play.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Johnson looking to throw. He's right on target. They make the stop right there. Good pickup and still short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. Splits the uprights from 56, and he's got 3 on the board. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Jet sweep to the edge. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, he was trying to do it all by himself. At the end of the day, it's a tackle for loss.
I mean, the number of tackles he broke, at some point, somebody's got to get blocked to help the guy out a little bit.
Man, the defense was like a bunch of zombies on that last play. They just would not stop chasing that ball carrier.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
On the play. Now, 4th down.
And the Sun Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. On the return, it's Lockett. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
From the gun to give, looking for room. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Johnson wants to throw it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. On the option. Quick toss. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Motion from the offense. Leaves it with the back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Sun Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it from the red zone. Got his man on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the lone running back. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It is good. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll call for the fair catch here. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. A little screen to the running back. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Johnson looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They're trying to get to him. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. At the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Wide out in motion. Johnson wants to throw it. Lets it fly. And the timing just a hair off. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted, messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That'll bounce out of bounds, and they'll have it in plus territory at the 45. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Looking to go up top on first down. Feeling some heat. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He wants to pass it on second down. Quick completion on the out route. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And the Sun Devils trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Not much room. He gets one down to the 7. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. On second down, looking again to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Lockett. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
He'll try to do it himself. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. They finally make the stop, but he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
At the 46, Hey, there he goes. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Johnson looking to throw. Makes his connection. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. Lining up to add another. And the extra point pulls them closer. It's 24-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. He wants to throw. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Working that left side.
And this is going to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
The Sun Devils getting set on 1st and 10. It's a reverse. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
What great discipline showed by the defense. When your job's contained, you're supposed to contain the football, not let your eyes deceive you. Ball starts to go away. Your job is to still contain the backside. Great job staying disciplined. Great win for the defense.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Sun Devils line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Lockett. He gets it out to the 17. The cover unit right there to make the stop. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking for space. It's Giddens. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. Sun Devils will line up to kick off and start the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Goes to the option. Now the toss. Just plowing down the field. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start commit.
Oh, look out. There he goes. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Wildcats. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Arizona State, 24, Kansas State, 17.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms, in all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it, and the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
He's going to pass on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Now facing a 2nd and 10 from the 28 after that last incompletion. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
After misfiring, it's second down. Looking for a crease. It's Scatterbo. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting a run, not only a positive run. Shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice game, this time on the ground.
And the Sun Devils line it up with a first and goal. Here we go. They move the tight end all over. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Buying some time. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Johnson wants to throw it. Coming after him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Pass on the way, it's picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They'll throw it on first down. He makes the connection. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. On the run, it's Scatterbo. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
They'll run it. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They go to the counter. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
The Sun Devils are threatening on 1st and goal. He's looking to pass. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And he added the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive line winning up front.
If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
On third down, going up top. Got a man. It's Johnson. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Got the first down and more. And he'll be ridden out of bounds, but not before a good pickup on that one. And the Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, running back on the move. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Arizona State 38, Kansas State 17.
First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Throws for the tight end. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Makes the grab. It's Scatterbo. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. So he'll help the completion percentage, but not the yardage. Stop for no gain.
And he got it to his running back, obviously making a good decision, but nice tackle on the play. Way to get the running back on the ground and not give the extra yards after the catch.
The option look. Now the pitch. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Fourth down coming up.
And the Sun Devils will line up to punt it away.
Punt formation to kick it away.
He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They'll try the run. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Johnson looking to throw. He's got his man.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Those There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly. So you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better. Right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
Running back searching for a hole. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
This offense is in no hurry, right? Control the clock is priority number 1. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down, maximize those seconds, and keep being physical with the run game.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The give to the back. Just buried it. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Looking for a gap. It's Scatterbo. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
Yeah, and a nice effort by the running back. Way to get some positive yards. Nice play call. Still short, though, right? Now it's 4th and short. Decision time. It's not a decision. You're going for it. But what play do you want to run to go for it?
And this one splits the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lockett. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time David sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness. Just plowing ahead. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Kansas State quick to the line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
He's going to run it. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks. They're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Quick strike complete. Open space at the 25. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Pressure coming. Fires to the right. He's got it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, this offense is given a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity, because first and second down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable fourth down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State.
Kansas State, number 1, with the catch in the end zone.
Here comes the two-point try. Johnson wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it, so they convert the two and keep just a flicker of hope alive, down 2 possessions.
Arizona State, 41. Kansas State, 25.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And they'll stop it just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Arizona State.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the field.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. He's looking to throw it. Takes his shot. He's got an open man. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Getting some heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Johnson looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats!
There we go. There's step one. There's a lot of things that needs to happen for this offense, but they started it with a touchdown. Time's ticking out. We got to go for 2 here. Cut this to 8, where we maybe can get another score and get that 2-point conversion to tie it.
So as big as that touchdown was, equally as big, converting this 2-point attempt and making it a 1-score game. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. So that touchdown was big, but just as big, this 2-point conversion attempt to try to get it to a 1-possession game. They want to throw it. Batted into the air near the goal line.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. First down here for the offense. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. Looking back on it, this game probably falls precisely into the definition of a trap game. Trap was set, sprung, and the underdogs come up with the win.
And that's why we go, you know what? I don't take your rankings. I'm not worried about your rankings. They don't matter to me. We're going to go out and beat this team. We're better than this team. A lot of time those rankings don't mean a lot to a lot of people. And you can tell it didn't mean a lot to this team, and that's why they came out and pulled the upset.
Absolutely, David. I mean, that's why you play the games. This team knew they had to come out. They were going to have to put their best foot forward in order to get the W. They did just that. They're talented. They're obviously motivated. I can't wait to see how they follow this up in their next game.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.